YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Duke back here from Sportsgamerz.com, and I'm super excited because now it's officially Madden 23 season, and we're here with an absolute banger to start off the year. So in this video, I'm going to go over how to use skill-based passing in Madden 23. This is a new passing system put into the game this year. It's a lot different from the classic passing system you see, and it is super effective. So in this video, we're going to just break down how to use it, how to practice it, just show you guys how it works. So we're in practice mode here. I definitely recommend doing this in practice mode before you get into an actual game because it does take some time to get used to. Now guys, I'm going to be doing Madden 23 videos all year long. So if you like this content, make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment, all that stuff helps us out a lot. Now, you can use the skill-based passing, any play, any route, whatever you want to do. We're just going to pick verticals. Now, one thing I do recommend doing when you're first getting used to this is go ahead and practice mode and make this offense only. And that's the way you do it, is go to practice type, offense only. That's the way to get the defense off the field. It's just going to be easier for you guys to get used to it at first. Now, as far as your settings go, you want to go to option settings and go to game options. The skill-based passing you can see right here, there's different settings you guys can utilize. So, for passing type, you want placement and accuracy. Simple. Now for passing slowdown, this is interesting because online, passing slowdown, it's going to be off. However, if you guys are still getting used to it and you're not too comfortable with it, when you're practicing it, you might want to go ahead and put it on max because that's just going to give you guys a little bit more, it's just going to be a little bit slowed down as you get used to it. But once you do get used to it, definitely just turn it all the way off because that's how it's going to be online. So for freeform reticle max distance, this is essentially the distance that you can place the reticle outside of the target area with the freeform passing. So no max distance is what I use. That's just going to give you more distance, obviously, than say if you have near or far. But again, if you're getting used to it, maybe you want to start off on near and gradually increase it as you're playing. So here, if I was just to say I just was starting off, would probably recommend in practice mode for your first time doing this, using your passing slowdown at max and your reticle max distance as near. Now for the reticle speed, this is just basically the speed that you can place the reticle, or it moves really. And I mean, this is just on 7 by default. I honestly have not changed that. So that's pretty much what it is. We're definitely going to have the reticle and meter visible, right? You got to have them visible, it's just going to be easier to use. So that's pretty much that. So let's just get into it and show you guys how to work with this. So to use freeform passing, guys, this is going to be basically when you snap the ball. If you're on PlayStation, you hold down L2. If you're on Xbox, you hold down left trigger. So that's basically going to allow you to lead the reticle different ways. So here, let's just take a look at it. I'm holding down L2, and to pass the chase, see how I lead that up and to the left? See how that moved as I was passing the ball? And you guys can lead it up, left, down, right, any which way, combination of both. And that was with near on, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at the replay. You guys could see how, the crossing route was, we're supposed to be running across the field, but I led him back to the left and up. So I led him up and to the left, basically. This is just a very good way to hit the soft spots of the zone. For my free YouTube content, I highly recommend checking out Sportsgamerz.com. This is where I post all my premium content for Madden 23. I have offensive and defensive eBooks, schemes, plus I do 4 to 6 premium tips every week in the Madden Vault to keep you guys ahead of the game. Our best offer yet is the Sportsgamerz Madden VIP membership. This is the best Madden membership anywhere on the net, the best content at the best price. You get access to the entire site for only $24.99. This means all of our ebooks, all of our Madden Vault tips, plus you even get access to our meta reports and our exclusive VIP members only community. I also do one-on-one coaching as well for you guys that are interested in that. See you at Sportsgamerz.com. If you're serious about winning more games, I will post a link in the description as well as in the comments. So this was, again, I have my slowdown on, guys. Keep that in mind. I do have the slowdown on to slow this down a little bit, and I do have my max distance on near. See how I let it down that time? Down and to the right. Again, that was slowed down a lot. You guys can see this in action, how I'm moving the reticle. See how I'm moving it down again? Bam. This is just a very, 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 very easy way to use it as you're getting used to it. So this time we're just going to lead it up. Again, I'm holding on L2, pressing my receiver's icon, and I see how I'm moving the reticle up. Bam. Like I said, you can use this on any route here. We're going to use it on the seam. Remember, guys, I've turned the defense off just because I want to get, kind of used to this and show you guys how to best get used to it before you put your defense on the field. Here, we're going to throw it quickly in the seam, down and to the right. So you can get him to turn around. Was a little bit too far behind him there, but you guys get the picture. You can lead this any which way you want. Throw it quick. We're going to go down and to the left here. Try to get him to turn it back shoulder. So you can do back shoulder throws with this. Very, very nice. You guys can see here, kind of made him spin around because I led it to his outside shoulder. See? So say that there was a linebacker maybe coming from the middle, lead it to his back shoulder. He's not going to be able to react. Simple stuff like that, but very, very, very effective. Now that I've done it a few times, we're going to go ahead and go to options. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my slowdown. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Because again, it's not going to be on. There's going to be no slowdown online. So if you're used to everything being slowed down and you get online, you're going to be in trouble, right? So that's why I think it's best to take this off when you're practicing it. See, it's not that hard. It's not that much different. I mean, obviously it is, but you will get used to it. It's not going to take you a whole bunch of time. So here, I'm going to lead it down and to the right. A little bit too far. That's why I say you got to be careful with how far you lead it. It definitely does take a little bit of time to get used to, but you can lead it up, bam, up. That was a lot better there. Good accuracy, you catch it in the stride. That's basically the basics of it, right? Again, basically to use the freeform, when you snap the ball, you either held down L2 for a PlayStation, left trigger for Xbox, you hit the receiver's icon, and then you lead it with the left analog stick. Very simple, right? But it does take a little bit of time to get used to. Now, when the slowdown, you have it off, it definitely does take time to get used to leading this because we're not slowing down anymore. It's very quick. If you play shooting games, I almost want to describe it as you're kind of no-scoping. You're not really aiming, in the shooting game. When you're no-scoping, you're almost just whipping the stick in the direction you want to pass. That's how this is. See how I'm leading it up and to the left, but it's so fast you can barely even see it happening. It's like I said, it's almost like a no-scope when you're playing a shooting game. Very, very similar. See how I just led that up and to the outside? Bam. Very, very, very fast. So if you take a look at the replay there, you're going to actually see exactly what I'm talking about. See how, his seam route is going to the inside, but I lead it away from him to the outside. And this is just something you're going to have to get used to. I feel like I'm used to it. So let's say that you do start to feel comfortable with it. It's at that point that you're going to want to put your practice type on normal, guys. So when you put your practice type on normal, now the defense is going to be back on the field. So we're going to go ahead and pick verticals, and we'll just pick a random play so we don't really know what coverage they're in. So again, you guys can see this is actually man coverage, and we're going to go ahead and lead it away from the defender. Pretty self-explanatory. Again, all I'm doing when I snap the ball, I hold down L2 or left trigger. Left trigger is Xbox, L2 is PlayStation. Hit the receiver's icon and kind of just whip the left stick the way I want to lead the ball. Again, this is man coverage again. So I'm going to lead it up and away, try to get a good rack. Was able to do that there. Pretty simple, right? It looks like they're just going to keep playing man over and over again. We're going to pick cover 3. I thought I picked random, but they just keep giving us man. Let me just pick cover 3. Get a better idea against cover 3, how you might want to lead it. So again, now I want to lead it into a soft spot up. Bam. See how I let it up and kind of like over the hook zones, but yet away from that corner. So let's take a look at what I did here. So first of all, you guys can see I got this corner in the deep zone over here. I got these guys underneath. So I kind of want to lead it kind of like up, but yet away from the corner. So when I throw the ball, I'm kind of leading it. See how I'm leading him up, but almost instead of like going directly at the corner like the route's designed, I kind of lead it back into the middle of the field. So I'm getting up for over the linebackers, but kind of back into the middle instead of just throwing him running into that corner, right? So bam, able to click on. Nice catch right there. Do that again. So again, I'm holding down L2. Now I'm going to lead it up and again to the left. A little bit late pass lead there. Again, this is something you got to get used to. It's not going to be, you're going to be just used to it like right off bat. That was perfect right there. Right in between all the defenders is absolutely perfect. Again, take a look at the replay. You're going to see exactly what I did. Instead of, like, again, you throw this route normal, you're leading him right into that corner. But with the skill-based passing, you can negate that by leading him up into the opposite direction in that soft spot. It's such, I mean, this is such a nice little system. It's just something that you got to take your time getting used to. Bam, that's even better right there. I threw it a little bit earlier. So this is definitely a timing throw. You're going to have to get used to doing this. And that's why I say, take this in practice mode. Get used to this. And once you get used to it, it's so much better. Now, I want you guys to see the difference. See how I've been able to easily lead this into that soft spot? I don't have a streak that's taken away by my tight end or anything that's going to take away that deep zone, right? He's there, but because of the way I'm leading this, he's not able to make a play. Now, let's say I don't do that, and I just throw a normal pass. Just see how it just goes right into the corner? That's the difference. If you just throw the normal passing system without using the skill base, I'm not holding down L2 or anything here. I'm just throwing it. See, it's gonna throw it. You're gonna throw it right into that defender. But when you're using the skill-based passing with the freeform, this is allowing you guys to control where the pass is going. See how I'm just leading that in that window? So glitchy. Now, guys, I want you to know I have not even turned my my max distance on. I still have it on near. Now, you guys, some of you might feel like, okay, near is giving me enough. I don't need to go ahead and put it on no max distance. So if you're comfortable with near, leave it on near. Personally, like I said, I've started using no max distance, but as you guys can see here, near definitely gives you good control. It's still something that's very, very nice. And again, guys, you can also use this. Notice how you can kind of use it with the seam routes. Now, like I said, this is something that will work on any of these routes. It doesn't just have to be you know, the crossing routes. Any route you can do this on. So like right here, I did it in the seam. I kind of let it away from that corner because I see he has an ability, but also I let it over the top of the underneath zones and still far enough away from that guy in the seam that he can't make a play on that. Going back to the crossing route again, guys, you can see it's just getting in that soft spot every single time. So you've seen this working against man. You've seen it work against cover 3. Let's go ahead and take a look at how this could work against cover 2. Just kind of showing you guys all the different ways you can throw this against different coverages. I will say, from playing this game so far, I feel like man coverage is really good. You know, obviously zones can be used, but it's just a bit different. See how I'm leading this away from the safety? Unfortunately, we weren't able to click on and make the play there. But again, see, just in that soft spot, bam. It's too quick for the safety because I'm leading it away from him, and yet I'm also leading it past that underneath zone. You guys can see here that the corner and the flat is trying to press my outside receiver. So basically, I'm just leading it away. As you guys can see again, the reticle, I'm leading it kind of like up and to the left, away from that hook zone and that safety. It's a quick throw, and I can even kind of rack this and get a huge play here, maybe even a touchdown. So like I said, this can be utilized in many different ways. You can do back shoulders. You can just use it to get in the soft spots of the defense. I mean, the possibilities are really endless. Here, you see how I'm just kind of leading it to the sideline. Woo! Super glitchy. Like, there is literally just a million different ways you can utilize this. So what I did here was, I rolled out, and then I let it, like, the maximum distance I could away from the safety on the sideline. I really do like this also for sideline type throws. It's just this year, it's harder to have time to like throw these deep crossers, so it's probably not something you'll do as often. But when you're throwing it on a sideline, you can get it as close to the sideline upfield as you want to make sure that you're the only one who has the ability to make a catch like this. Again, the safety is in good position, but because I lead it so far upfield and literally on the sideline, no one can make this play except for my receiver. We're the only person that has a chance here. So it's very, very good as far as putting it in the perfect position to where only your receiver can make a play. Now, not always will you be able to make the catch. As you've seen in this video, there's been 1 or 2 times where I've just let it a little bit too far to where it was out of my reach. But that's fine because we're not getting a pick. We're either getting a catch or an incomplete pass, which is exactly what we want. That's kind of how it is in the NFL. You often hear them say, you know, we're going to just give our guy, he's going to be the only player with a chance to make the catch. He's going to either get it or it's going to be an incomplete pass. It's kind of what we're doing here. So this is definitely something you guys want to practice a lot. Like I said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop us a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back with some more great Madden 23 content.